Hello, my name is Hamza Salem and this is the Shortcomings and WishList video for results page team. Our team members consist of Abraham Saiovici, Jose Gonzalez, and myself, and the product owner is Dr. Masoud Sadjadi. So in this video, we'll go over some of the features and issues that our team were not able to handle during this semester. And we also will explore some of the features that we hope future teams and future developers can implement during their time working on this project. The first shortcoming is the performance. As of now, the performance when it comes to retrieving the results is extremely poor. This is a story that I had set out to work on during this semester, but I did not have the time to give it the sort of attention it needed, which is unfortunate since this is a critical issue that needs to be addressed. So let me do a quick demo to show what I'm talking about. So here we are on the Breeze Home production site. You can visit the results page, and we can make a quick search. So search for properties near Miami. And as you can see, it took roughly around 8 to 10 seconds to retrieve the results properties near Miami. On average, it usually takes around 8 seconds for the results to be retrieved. This is unacceptable to the majority because the majority of people are not going to use a real estate application that takes, let's just say, more than around 5 seconds to retrieve results on a query. So even if Breeze Home offers a lot of helpful features that people will want to use, they'll still shy away from using Breeze Home because of the performance. And it's also worse that all our competitors retrieve the results instantly. And Breeze Home should be no different. For Breeze Home to compete against these real estate applications, the results performance has to be improved. It has to be at least on par with what the competitors offer. So the next shortcoming we'd like to address has to do with the sorting. Sorting is currently implemented, but we do feel like it's not the most intuitive sorting interface. So we can go here to the production site to demo sorting. So here you can see the sorting button, and once you click on the button, you're display the sorting interface. And for example, to sort by price from low to high, you click on price, and you either click here to switch between high to low and low to high. So we can do from low to high. Click on check mark. You can now see that sorting is done from low to high. We feel like this isn't the most intuitive sorting interface for your basic user. This is a more sophisticated sorting system. So you can see here, you can go to sorting interface again, and you can sort by price. You can sort also by bed count, and you can sort by size, and so on. And you click the check mark, and it's all sorted by those properties. But if we go to like a competitor site like Trulia, and we search for properties near Miami, for example, we can see here that the sorting interface is much simpler and it's much more common. This is a sorting interface that you see on most e-commerce web applications. So you can just, if you want to sort by price from high to low, just click from high to low, and it's now sorted. It's a simpler sorting interface that we would like to be displayed to your guest users and your registered users. We would like the more sophisticated sorting interface, which allows you to sort by many properties, to only be displayed to realtors and sellers and so on. The same, just like we have for the filtering interface. The simple filtering interface that you can see right here, it's displayed just to our guests and registered users. And we have a more complicated filtering interface that's only displayed to retailers, sellers, and so on. So next we'd like to address filtering. Jose did a great job with expanding on what was already built. He added a simple filtering interface that an admin can toggle on for registered users and guests, while the sophisticated filtering interface will appear for realtors and sellers, as you can see in the introduction video. But we still feel like there can be improvements in this feature. For example, we feel like both the simple and sophisticated filtering interface can be made a little more user-friendly and a little more appealing. So you have some issues here. For example, the price isn't fully aligned in its box. It's sort of on the top end. Apply is different than the other ones, and so is reset, which it's not the most appealing filtering interface, especially when you compare it to competitor sites. Also, like for example, when you go on price, when you select maximum price, you have to choose between every $1,000, which can get very overwhelming. Maybe price ranges would be a better option here. Same for if you go to like more filters, for example, you have this line for selecting bathrooms that goes over the boxes it's not very appealing and looks a little unprofessional. So I feel like we can expand on this. The same applies for the more sophisticated filtering interface. It's great to have this for the realtors and sellers, but still it should be made a little more intuitive and appealing. For example, like you have some minor issues like the boxes here aren't fully aligned within its within the price range box. You have for example, these two should be separated, but they look like they're in the same box, and so on. So this can be improved on, and it can be made more user friendly and appealing to be to compete with the competitor sites. So next we can talk about the configuration page for the results page. So if we go on to an admin here, we go to Breeze Home Admin. You can see the results page config, and right now we're only present with this one toggle for the results page, which as you may know can display the simple filtering interface to guests and registered users, and the more sophisticated one to realtors and sellers. So we feel like this we can add more configuration that will improve the results page and make it more user friendly. So for example, one thing similar to the filtering interface is that we can add another toggle such that registered users and guests will be displayed the simple sorting interface or a simple sorting interface because that has to be implemented, and the realtors and sellers can be displayed a more sophisticated sorting interface. So this one configuration will make the site more user friendly, since most registered users and guests will need the more sophisticated sorting interface, since it can be overwhelming at times. So with that one configuration, other configurations that can be added in the future, that can improve Breeze Home results page and make it more user-friendly. Okay, so last we can talk about the improvements that can be made to the landing page. So we can go back here and go to the Breeze Home landing page. So our team didn't work too much with the landing page. We mostly worked with the results page, but we feel like there are features that can be added to the Breeze Home landing page to improve the Breeze Home site as a whole, and this functionality is sort of tied with the results page and the features that we worked with and implemented. So first we can talk about the landing page filtering system. So if let's say you set some filters, a proximity search can be done when the user does not type anything in the search bar. So then we can use the user's geolocation to determine what properties to search and show, and that will be filtered with what the user sets as filters. So another issue that needs to be addressed has to do with making searches for the landing page. So for example, let's go to the search bar here and search for properties near Miami. And you can see that it lags on this page for a while without any indication to the user that the results are actually being retrieved. You can finally see that we're now on the results page and Breeze Home was loading the properties near Miami. That took a while to transition from the Breeze Home landing page to the results page after we pressed enter, which is sort of confusing to the user because they don't know if the results are actually being retrieved or not. And you can also see here, minor issue, but we're not told that the results found were near Miami. So that should also be addressed. We can go back to the landing page. And the last issue with the landing page, which will be sort of hard to demo here, is that the actual search functionality is not performed the exact way as the search functionality with one done in the results page. So they operate differently. So even the same query doesn't seem to return the same properties. So this is bad software design, and it lacks consistency that should be present in Breeze Home so that it can compete with other real estate web applications. So I will wrap up the Shortcomings and WishList video for the results page team. If you'd like to contact any developers, you can find their contact information here. If you'd like to contact the product owner of Breeze Home, you can contact Dr. Masoud Sadjadi. Thank you for watching.